Hi everybody, it's Claire Paris with Paris Group Realty LLC in Portland, Oregon, and this is PJ with Clever Duck Inspections. We're here on our Ask an Expert series and we've got some hard charging questions for PJ. So PJ, what are the common problems that you find in a home inspection?
Yes, there are a lot of issues that we see repeating frequently in different ages of house, particularly in the Portland area. In older houses, like these beautiful, stately 1890s houses you see that are so lovely, we don't see a lot of issues with like mold and things like that because the houses dry out very easily because they're the way they're built.
Super drafty.
Yeah, they're drafty, they breathe well. It's a wonderful thing about that type of construction. The less wonderful thing about that is that they're not so well insulated. So they cost a lot to heat. So what people do is they throw insulation into the walls and into the attic and into the crawl space, and they cover up the old knob and tube wiring that was installed there. And knob and tube wiring is not in itself a fire hazard if it's intact, but if it's covered with insulation, it's a fire hazard. So that's something we see a lot. It needs to be exposed to the air to dissipate the heat that is produced in that type of wiring. So that can be a hazard we see a lot, and I see it frequently. In houses that you see like from the 50s and things like that, one issue I see all the time is chimney caps. If you have a chimney in your house, when was the last time you had your chimney cap redone? What? Never. People don't do it. The chimney cap is the concrete cap that's on top of a chimney. It's not made of chimney mortar, typically. It's made of concrete. And it serves to let water run off the top of a chimney. And it does not last as long as the chimney itself. So it degrades, it cracks, it allows moisture in. And if you drive around Portland and you look at the tops of various chimneys, you'll see that the mortar on the top of the chimney has degraded. And that's a sign of cracking in the chimney cap or a degraded chimney cap. And those bricks, if you climb up on the roof and pull on a brick, it might come out. And you don't want bricks to be falling off your chimney. That is bad. So that's something we see a lot, especially in like 1950s houses. The chimneys are beautiful, they're well constructed, but they need to have the cap replaced and restored a lot of the time. Let's see, other issues that come up a lot in like newer houses, like 70s, 80s kind of houses. You see a lot of asbestos, insulation.
It's a miracle product. It's real bad for your lungs though.
Yeah, exactly. It won't burn, but
yep, it won't rot.
Yeah, it'll last forever. But 70s, 80s, you see a lot of those kind of sketchy materials made with asbestos and things like that. And I want to be able to point out to people, you know, this might have asbestos. You're only going to find out if you test it. But the deal with asbestos is you don't want to mess with it. You know, you don't want to go flipping up your old tile in the basement, that square tile that's so lovely. You don't want to be chipping it and letting those particles get into the air. A lot of people choose to cover over that type of tile rather than rip it up. And in newer construction, we're looking for installation issues. For example, if a roof was installed in like November, that's not ideal. Roofs need, the tar strip on roofs need heat to seal the roof, to the shingles. And if they go through a whole season of winter without enough heat, they won't seal sometimes. So you want to be able to kind of tug on a shingle. If it's coming out, maybe that roof never had a chance to properly seal, and that can be a real issue with moisture. Things like that.
You're giving me all kinds of reasons to stay up at night worrying about my house.
Well, get an inspection.
Seriously. And that's what we're here for in our Ask an Expert series. PJ, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you being here and checking out our informational videos. If you want PJ's contact info, it's below, and you'll see us soon on another Ask an Expert series. Take care.
Thank you.